After Mr. Archer chants his little spell, there's a bunch of fire. Fire runs. It runs across the floor and it looks like a white line. Is the surrounding fire a boundary line? The color of fire fills my vision and paints the temple. After that, my surroundings are replaced by this strange world. Interesting. His hair is a little different as well. Pain fills my brain. Will the save name kind of spoil what type of spell it is? Well, I can tell. I understand what this magic is, what this absurdity is. I shouldn't be able to understand, but I can tell what this is whether I want to or not. That makes my brain boil. In short, this is a steel manufacturing factory. Burning fire and turning cogwheels. A field of swords without owners extends to the horizon of the desert. All the swords in the ground are famous. Kansho and Bakya originally came from this world. You know, we've been having a bunch of dreams of like a hill of swords. An almost infinite projection of weapons. Innumerable weapons make this place seem like a waste yard. The knight in red reigns at the center of this kingdom of rubble. The confused voice is Saber's. Inside the illusionary fire that is not even hot, she watches the knight in blank amazement. Well, there you go. That's the name. It's not too much of a spoiler. We pretty much just learn right after that this place is a reality marble, and well, I don't know if I can't remember. Was that phrase ever explained in the previous route? Did we even see a reality marble? Well, let's see. They'll probably explain it pretty soon. Not a swordsman nor an archer, you're a marble user. Or it's that, he's just a magus. Tozuka sounds disinterested. Could it be? Did she already know Archer's true identity? Maybe so. I mean, you just said that you didn't have a noble phantasm, and you're saying this is your noble phantasm, so, I mean, it is. You do have a noble phantasm, technically. I guess what he's saying is that he doesn't have the typical noble phantasm of most heroic spirits. Thanks for the explanation. I mean, Archer really doesn't have to explain this to us, but I guess as we, the reader, would be interested in knowing what this exactly is. Saber gasps. He looks with blank amazement at the extending graveyard of swords in the desert. The ashen sky and steel wasteland, devoid of all life. He just really likes swords.
間違っても聖剣を使うな、セイバー。使えば俺も抵抗せざるを得ない。その場合消えるのは我々ではなく周りの人間だ。お前のことだ。自身を犠牲にしてもそこの小僧を守るだろう。俺とて聖剣など投影しては自滅する。となれば生き残るのは一人だけ。それではあまりにも意味がない。
Archer raises his left arm. The swords behind him float up one by one.
抵抗はするな。運が良ければ即死することもない。ことが済んだ後、お前のマスターに癒してもらえ。
Archer points to Saber. Numerous swords point towards Saber. All of these weapons are sure to kill.
かわすのもいいが、その場合、背後の男は諦めろ。
You know, these things, these like situations keep reminding me of other situations that happen in the visual novel. Again, it reminds me of Berserker and Ilya, actually, when Gilgamesh was like tossing a bunch of swords against Berserker, right? The only reason he didn't dodge them was that he could protect Ilya, and this is a similar situation. And he gives his command. Oh no. The numerous swords are shot. Saber does not move. She confronts them, intending to deflect all the weapons using her sword, even prepared for her own death. Oh, okay, what's Shiro gonna do? I can't think because of my headache. My magic circuit can only handle one more projection. My insides are burned up and almost melted. But such concerns vanished when I saw this world. Before I realize it, I have jumped up, run to Saber, and I'm glaring at the annoying swords. So I guess not all of them are swords. Like there's a spear right here. You know, that's not technically a sword. It's not blade works. It's like weapon works or melee weapons works. But I guess that would be a mouthful. I don't care. For now, the oncoming 18 swords. Analysis of all of them cannot be completed with my eyes alone, so my senses run wild and go past the fastest speed, go faster and faster and faster. They approach. Something like a cocking hammer goes down in my head. I stick out my left arm. I have no doubts. I've copied him so many times. There's nothing wrong with the theory. There's no way I can't reproduce the rain of swords in front of me. Everything falls apart. Broken pieces fly around. When I open my eyes, his reality marble has disappeared. The only things there are the broken pieces of swords and... I mean, I guess what happened is that Shiro, you know, did the same thing. He threw like swords at us. Shiro also did the same thing. A hellish nausea as if my organs have come out to my throat. After glaring at me in disgust, he takes out Tosuka from the cage of swords and restrains her. Oh no! Kidnapping! Waifu napping! Tosuka struggles to get away from Archer. What did he do? Archer places his hand on Tosuka's neck and renders her unconscious. And he leaves the temple. With Tosuka in his arms, Archer jumps to the stairs leading up.
そこの小僧は俺を追わざるを得まい。
Again, interesting that he doesn't just murder Rin, because technically, if he just murders Rin right now, it's like slits her throat, you know, Saber would eventually disappear, and then he would have Shiro for all for himself, but, well, again, I think it's because Archer doesn't want to kill Rin, necessarily.
加えて、リンはお前のマスターになった。いかにお前が小僧を守ろうと、マスターの命には変えられまい。
I bear my nausea. I strain my fainting mind and listen to what he has to say. And I say so with a shaking throat, not even able to look up.
何?
だから郊外の森だ。そこに使われていない城がある。あそこなら誰にも迷惑はかからない。
城？
俺に文句があるんだろう。いいぜ、聞いてやる。言いたいことがあるのはこっちだって同じなんだ。
We're just gonna go to the castle and bicker there instead? My vision flickers. Even as I speak, I feel sick, as if in another dimension.
郊外の森。そうか。アインツベルンの城があったな。確かに。 あの城ならば邪魔は入るまい。いい覚悟じゃないか、エミヤシロ。
うるさい。そんなことより。
I don't want to hear meaningless things. If I do hear them, I won't be able to hold this nausea in and I might vomit out my organs.
それまで遠坂に手を出してみろ。その時はセイバーの手を借りてでも
I make this oath. I violently scratch my forehead, tearing off the skin in an attempt to silence my headache.
よかろう。場所を指定した見返りだ。一日は安全を保証してやる。
Parcher's not really a man of his word, though, but...
だが急げよ。マスターがいない今、俺とて時間がない。この身は2日と持たぬだろう。 その前にお前を殺せないとあらば、腹いせに人質を手にかけかねんからな。
Leaving an annoying laugh, Archer disappears. I slump to the floor, unable to keep my eyes on him.
シロ、無茶をして、いくらあなたでもアーチャーと同じ投影をするのは早すぎます。
An arm comes and supports me as I start to fall.
セイバー、遠坂取られちまった。
I suppress my headache and manage to get up.
シロ、それはいいのです。リンは無事だ。アーチャーもリンには手を出さないでしょう。
Yeah, that's what I was saying. How does Saber know that, too?
それより、今はあなたの方が危ない。リンのことは私に任せて、シロは家で休息を取るべきです。
Then again, it might be obvious by now, but, well, let's see.
いや、そんな暇は。
I try to finish, but I start to faint. Damn. I can't even complain, huh?
話は後で聞きます。今はあなたを家に連れて帰る。いいですね、シロ。
I don't even get to object. Saber supports me and then starts to walk to the stairs. We're just gonna go home. We're successful in rescuing Saber, but now everything's getting derailed again. You know? Let's see. Like I was wondering, like, what other servants are alive? There's, I guess, well, there's Saber, and her master is technically Tosca Rin now. Lancer's still around. I guess he was sitting on the grass this whole time. Archer is taking Rin hostage. Ryder's dead. Caster's dead. I don't know what happens to the assassin. I assume he's also dead or disappearing because Caster was his master, technically. Berserker's also dead. And Gilgamesh is around, so really it's like Saber, Lancer, Archer, and another Archer. Leave the now empty church.
お、ことは済んだみたいだな。
Yeah, there you are, Lancer. Then, I see a familiar spearman in front of me. Saber glares at him while supporting me. She's so tense that she might slash him if he takes another step.
いや、違うんだ、セイバー。あいつは俺たちの手助けをしてくれた。
は？ランサーがシローに協力したというのですか？
そうだ。できれば今は戦わないでくれ。
I mean, technically he's our ally, but for how long? I don't know. Saber stares at Lancer in astonishment. It seems he's enjoying Saber's reaction.
それはわかりましたが、なぜですランサー？あなたがシローたちに協力するなど何か企みがあるのですか？
あ？なんだ？バカだろお前。んなもんあるに決まってんじゃねえか。裏で企んでなきゃよその手助けなんかするか。
I knew he was that kind of guy, but he's thorough as he's making fun of Saber as well.
何がおかしいのです、シロー。
今笑ってたか、俺。
ええ、笑っていました。どうやら私の思い違いだったようですね。笑みがこぼれるほど元気があるのなら、この肩を貸すまでもなかったようですが。
Saber drops Shuro on the ground as he dies bleeding. Bad end. It's bad, but I'm relieved. Saber is just like before. Our connection is lost, but she's here just like before. Then, what's there to regret?
悪い。気が緩んだみたいだ。今はそんな場合じゃなかったな。
はい。リンを取り戻すにしても、今は休まなければ。ランサー、何が目的かは知らぬが、もはや用は済んだのだろう。ならばされ。私も、今はあなたとは戦わない。
With this, Saber goes down into the clearing.
あ？おい。万事守備よく行ったってわけじゃなさそうだな。何が起きたんだ、オズ。
Well, we were trying to rescue Saber. I guess we succeeded, but now we're trying to rescue Rin.
トサカがアーチャーに連れて行かれた。これから取り戻しに行くだけだ。
Suppressing my dizziness, I meet his gaze and answer him.
何？おい待て。それはどういうことだ？
Sorry, but I don't have any energy left. I'm not able to explain such a long story. I should go home, and I don't have time to explain everything to you, Lancer.
アーチャーの目的はシロを殺すことです。そのために私のマスターとなったリンをさらい、交換条件としてシロに一騎打ちを命じました。
Or Saber can just summarize everything in one sentence.
一日中にアーチャーの元に行かなければ、リンの安全は保証しないそうです。
Well, it helps me out if you can do the explaining, but it does nothing to explain the situation to Lancer.
やろう。やりやがったな。
Then, he takes off his friendly face and grits his teeth.
ランサー？
つまりあれか。あの野郎、一度ならず二度までお嬢ちゃんを裏切ったってわけか。
Yeah, again I mentioned like Archer. It's like we trained so many people at this point. Like 3 times already.
ええ、そういうことになりますが、それがどうしたと？
どうしたじゃねえ。くそ、気が変わった。手助けするのはこれっきりだったがな。もう少し付き合わせろ。このままじゃ寝覚めが悪い。
Having said this, Lancer starts walking. Saber watches Lancer silently. I understand how she feels. He's saying that he'll come with us.
参った。シロとリンはどんな魔術を使って彼を味方に引き入れたのです。
No, he's just, funnily, like Archer really hates Shiro. I guess Lancer really hates Archer. Saber sounds more shocked than amazed. Unfortunately, I don't have the energy to reply, as my wounds are starting to hurt again. And first of all, I'm the one who wants to ask that question. Yeah, Lancer wants to keep helping us. I mean, I guess that's good. Interlude time. And I recall his dream. The memory of the guy that was set up as a hero. The story of a knight whose end came at a place I can't reach. Back to these ruins. The Soul Chair. Amongst it all. This hill is his world. This desolate land is what the man who kept on fighting for others obtained. I guess he smiled and died in satisfaction in this place. I assume this is Rin's interlude. She's dreaming again, maybe. That's right. It just makes me mad. He tried his best, worked hard even though he's an ordinary person, and finally obtained a miracle with his blood. Then it'll be a lie unless he becomes happy. If he made many people happy, he should become happier than all of those people combined. But he did not receive such a reward. What he obtained in its place was the fate to be summoned as a guardian after his death. I don't think we've really got an explanation what they mean by guardian yet. Well, maybe. We got a little bit of explanation, but not too much. That's right. Why didn't I realize that simple fact? The guardians are summoned into every age. Doesn't that conversely mean that they are summoned from every age? Or, that was a bit deja vu. What do you mean? The guardians are summoned to every age? Does that mean they are summoned from every age? Oh, okay. They're summoned into every age? Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused because it's a very similar sentence, but like, they're summoned into every age, which also means they're summoned from every age. Oh, okay. From the present and the past. Heroic spirits can even be summoned from the future. Future heroes. Back to this chart again. Since guardians are pushed into a seat away from the time axis, the concept of time does not exist for them. As soon as one becomes a heroic spirit, they sublimate into something other than what they used to be when they were human. They die, they go here, the seat of heroic spirits, and they can be summoned on any of the time axes, past, present, or future, apparently. Then, it is possible for a guardian to be summoned into the place and age they lived in when they were alive. Oh. I guess when you think about it, it's kind of like a time paradox, isn't it? Then again, I guess it depends on what kind of time travel theory you base your fiction upon. It's vexing when I think about it. It's because neither of them is saved. The one that watches his previous self, the one that watches his eventual self, they will both be hurt by the gulf between them. I don't know, I guess it really depends on the Fate universe and how it really works, but I guess it's not really a time paradox because, you know, when you look at the, well, I can't show it now, but the chart, you know, because when they're summoned into every age, even from the age they were living in, it's technically not themselves in the same timeline, it's like from a different world, technically, I guess, maybe. So it's kind of like a copy of their real self going to the age they're living in, rather than their future self literally traveling back in time. So I guess it's not a paradox, maybe, or maybe it's just all very complicated. I don't know. I know the end of this big idiot who tried to be the help to others. He became a guardian by choice. He thought that it would be great if he could keep saving people even after he died. He could not save people when he was alive because he was powerless, but he believed he could avert every tragedy as a heroic spirit. Thinking so, he made a contract with the world, gave his body after his death, similar to what Saber did, and saved 100 or so people. Though, in Saber's situation, she didn't die yet, I think. You know, similarly, she made a contract with the world, but it's a different contract. He believed that he would be able to save more, tens of thousands of people after his death. But such hope was betrayed. Heroic spirits are only summoned into hell. They appear only when the world is about to be destroyed by people. Humans are beings that will perish from their own doings, so the process of destruction must always be the same. He was summoned only into these hells. In the land of death, where the ones who he wanted to save were already dead, he killed even more humans. The boy who stated he just doesn't want to see anyone cry could only see crying humans forever. There's only one thing I can say. He's been betrayed by many things, and in the end he was betrayed by the only thing he believed in, his ideal. I am the bone of my sword. Yes, that's the beginning of his speech. Oh. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, nor known to life. I have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. Yeah, that's the full poem. I guess it's a poem. I don't know if it's like a poem in particular. It feels like a poem. I guess that's the spell that Archer always chants. Usually he just says the beginning line. That is the only spell given to him. What is that? I'm so mad that I want to hit him and scold him. I, Tosaka Rin, have never had any hardships in my life. Yeah, I guess it's just a chant. The Unlimited Blade Works chant. That's what you would call it. So I might not have the right to say it, but I believe in working hard and going through pain. It's wrong not to be compensated for your fights. Yeah, what's up, Pencho Stella? That's why I'm angry at his uncompensated life. And most of all, I can't leave him be because he ended up cursing his life. You're my servant, so I'm only gonna do what I believe is right. I'm not as loose as Emiyashiro, but I do have some things I cannot give up. I won't give it up no matter who's telling me so. That's right. That's why I decided. As long as I'm his master, I will believe in my path like he used to do. That's about all I can show him. Or show to him. That's the only way I can repay him. It might have been meaningless, but still. I do it so that Archer, the one who lost his own past, could realize that his life was something he can be proud of. We're in an unfamiliar setting here. An unfamiliar room. The first things I notice, well, after I wake up, are the sensations in my limbs. They hurt and I can't move them. I'm sitting on a chair and slept in a bad position. I don't want to admit it, but this is the worst possible situation. I can't do anything. My hands are behind the chair and strained by something like handcuffs. It goes the same for my legs, and I can't even stand up. The handcuffs and the shackles are magic resistant, and my magic circuit is so messed up that I can't even create magical energy. Now that I've checked my situation, I survey my surroundings. It's cold. This room is made of stone. This room made of stone has no heater, and is a room that hasn't been used in a while. It's dark outside the window. From the looks of it, I think it's around 10 o'clock at night. I glare into the darkness. By the pillar, the knight in red is sitting on a pile of rubble. Archer says so without appearing in front of me. There's no sign of his previous friendliness. He is a calm cleaner now. He answers as a matter of course. I can only see the shadowed side of his face from here. His expression is cold. It looks like he has a mask on. That makes me seriously angry.
シローが甘いってことは言われなくても分かってるけど。
I breathe in. It'll end once I say this. My archer will never return once I say this. I take a breath and glare at the guy in the shadows.
それでも私はあいつの甘いところが愛しいって思う。あいつはああでなくちゃいけないって。ああいうやつがいてもいいんだって救われてる。けどあんたはどうなの？そこまでやっておいて身勝手な理想論を振りかざすのは間違ってるって思ったわけ？何度も何度も他人のために戦って何度も何度も裏切られて何度も何度もつまらない後始末をさせられてそれで人間ってものに愛想が尽きたっていうの？あっちゃん！
I get even more angry as I speak and I'm screaming it out now. Archer doesn't answer. The face in the shadow is a face I've never seen before. Oh, well, we don't get to see the face though. The kind of expression he makes. Okay, we're now getting another flashback of Dad. When I heard this from the man I believed could, when I heard this from the man I believed could save anyone, I felt resistance. I didn't like those words either. I didn't want the superhero himself to say these things. Since that time, Emiyashiro's whole life may have been focused on overturning those words. Not being able to save everyone. There's no need for sacrifices. Nobody will get hurt if you work hard and do your best. My father should have yearned for that as well. So... I cannot look away from his last moment. Tosuka told me such a life is unnatural. I know. I realized that a long time ago. There's no world where nobody gets hurt. Nor can one seek happiness without hurting others. Such a utopia does not exist anywhere in this world. And even might be a dystopia when you think about it. You know, if everybody is just like literally just forced to be happy and there's no pain at all. I don't know about that. Emiyashiro's search for superheroism is just hypocrisy. So, I know that without being told. Yeah, even if it may be true, I won't let you say it. I don't care if anyone other than him denies it, but I won't let him say it. We have the same beginnings, and even if I may eventually become like him, no, all the more if that's the case, that is why I have to deny him. As he does not approve of the former Emiyashiro, I will not approve of him as long as I exist, even if this dream may be a distorted one. If I have believed in it, if I'm going to believe in it, I wake up. I look at the clock right away and see it's 11 o'clock right now. Sitting Japanese style, Saber greets me in a calm voice. It's been half a day since I came home from the church. She must have watched over me ever since I fainted. I get up from the futon. My limbs are fine now. The magic circuit I ever used is still exhausted, but it hasn't burned up. You know, I wonder if we still have our healing factor. We're not the master of Saber anymore, we're still not, so the sheath isn't really activating inside of us, I don't think. I wonder why our limb just healed so fast. Maybe, you know, maybe Saber has healing powers? I guess so, actually when I think about it, since she does have magical energy flowing into her, you know, before she couldn't, use much of her powers, but now she can, so maybe she did just heal us. Just using like some heal magic. Saber suddenly asks. The answer is obvious, so I silently nod back.
わかりました。では私も同行します。ですがシロ、リンは私のマスターです。彼女を救い出すのは私の役目だ。アーチャーは私が止めますから、シロは。
逆だ、セイバー。アーチャーとは俺がやる。
I interrupt Saber. She looks at me uneasily.
それはダメだ、シロ。アーチャーはあなたの。
Everyone, you know, they keep saying they're about to say Archer is somebody related to Shiro, but they just won't say it. She hesitates to finish her sentence.
分かってる。あいつが何者なのかは多分出会った時から分かってた。
But they won't straight up say it. Not yet. Even though it's kind of obvious by now. Even if you never really, you know, you never even knew about Unlimited Blade Works. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious. But I also won't say it until the visual novel says it, you know? I've opposed him without reason from the first time we met. I stubbornly hated him, thinking that I could not approve of him. It's natural. People can only look away when faced with their own mistakes.
けど、だからこそ、あいつがしたことは認めない。あいつとだけは、俺が決着をつけなくちゃいけないんだ。
I stand up. My body feels great. It feels great. There's only half a day left until the deadline. I can't spend any more time resting.
シロ。
Oh, the visual novel may never say it? Oh, that's funny.
こんなことを言える立場じゃないけど、頼む、セイバー。
I mean, there's a bunch of hints though, so...
アーチャーとは俺がやる。その時、どうなっても手を出さないでいてほしい。
And even Shiro, like he basically just said he knows. Like Shiro knows as well. They're just not, I guess, just not directly telling the reader. I bow as I ask Saber. I'll fight Archer. I can do it.
いいえ、そのようなことをする必要はありません、シロ。あなたがそう望むのなら、私はそれに従いましょう。この身はあなたの盾になると誓ったのです。その行く末を最後まで見届けます。
Her answer is perfect. Her clear voice sweeps away any uneasiness within me.
ありがとう。セイバーが見守ってくれるなら心強い。
はい。私もあなたがそうであってくれて嬉しい、シロ。
She smiles back. We're prepared for departure now. We leave my house. Who'd have thought that I would go to that castle again?
おい、お前ら、人の話聞いてねえだろ。
Oh, Lancer, you're still here.
は？
We both turn around. Oh. Come to think of it, Lancer was still here.
なんだ、案外暇なんだな、あんた。
He just slips out. He must be self-conscious as he doesn't try to retort.
ランサー、あなたが何を企んでいるかは知りませんが、私たちに同行しても得るものはありません。アーチャーはすでにマスターを持たないサーバント。あなたのマスターが倒したがるとは思えませんが。
ああ、分かってる分かってる。別にアーチャーの野郎をどうこうしようって気はねえ。坊主と奴の殺し合いにも手は出さねえから安心しろ。
では何のためについてこようというのです。私との決着を望むのなら、ここでつけても構いませんが。
いや、それも願い下げだな。俺は貴様のマスターと敵対する気はない。むしろ売りたいのはオンでね。ここらで貸しを作っておこうと、そういう腹だ。
Saber glares at Lancer, and Lancer ignores her.
わかった。好きにしろ。遠坂を助ける手助けをしてくれるなら、こっちも助かる。
シロ、ランサーは敵です。 そのような軽い決断は。
その点は大丈夫だろう。そいつ根性ひん曲がってるけど嘘を言うやつじゃないし、何より回りくどいことなんてできない。俺たちを騙したいんならその前に真正面から倒しに来てるさ。
He's not the sneaky type? You know, I clearly remember that time we tried to ambush somebody. I can't remember who. I think it was Rin? Maybe not. Or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Well, there was that one bad end where he literally stabbed us in the back. You know? Not the sneaky type. I don't know about that. Lancer did, like, actually literally stab us from the back at various points in the visual novel.
それはそうですが、しかし。
いや、セイバーが嫌だって言うなら追っ払う。けどこいつ放っておいてもついてくるぞ。それならそばにいさせて監視した方が楽だろ
う。たった数日で随分と口がうまくなったのですね、シロ。
Keep your allies close and your enemies even closer.
いや、いろいろあったから。ま、そういうことだ、ランサー。俺たちもあんたに関与しないから、あんたも俺たちには口を出さない。それでいいなら一緒に行こう。
I say to the guy that's watching us with a smile.
十分だ。いや、いいコンビじゃねえか。セイバーは見ての通り融通が利かないからな。お前が大人になってくれて助かったぜ。
そのようなことはありません。融通が利かないのはむしろシロの方だ。私がどれほど苦労したか、あなたに何がわかるのです。
Yeah, that's pretty true.
さあ。なんだ？聞けば話してくれるのか、セイバー。いいぜ。城までは随分とある。道中お前の苦労話を魚としよ
う。なぜ私がそのようなことを説明しなくてはならないのです。それこそあなたには無関係ではないですか。
Saber roars at Lancer. I guess Saber doesn't get along well with Lancer. But I never thought Saber would get angry like Tosaka.
まあいいか。それより行くぞ。遊んでる暇はないんだ。できるだけ早く城に行かなくちゃいけないんだからな。
I leave the two and start walking.
シロ、私は遊んでいるわけではありません。
She must still be mad as she yells at me. Lancer follows us from a distance. It is midnight right now. I know how far the castle is from here. We should make it in time. We'll probably get there around dawn. We start to walk to the masterless old castle. Interlude. Back to Rin. It is daybreak. The knight in red is leaning against a pillar and staring at his arm. Putting strength into his fingers, he makes a fist. His body is only half responding. Even heroic spirits cannot maintain their existence in this world without their masters. He still exists because of the special class ability of Archer, but he's almost at his limits. His remaining strength is not even a tenth of his original powers. Less than 10%. His muscles are weak, and his body will slowly disappear if he loses focus. Yeah, I was wondering, like Shiro was saying, I'll fight him instead. You know, I was wondering, well, can Shiro match up against the servant? Well, it says right here that actually Archer is slowly losing a lot of his strength, so maybe they're at even grounds. There's no problem. Even if he has less than 10th of his original power, it is enough to kill Emiya Shiro. You know, that kind of reminds me of that meme, using the 10th of his power, you know, Shaggy. The Shaggy meme where he always says, like, dude, I'm only using 10th of my power, as he beats up, like, a bunch of, like, super-powered guys from different types of anime media. Anyway, considering the difference in their abilities, this isn't even a handicap. Therefore, it will end once they fight. his one and only objective will be accomplished here. That's right. He has waited for this time. He has endured the endless repetition, hoping for this chance. He was awaited a miracle that would not occur, a miracle with a probability close to 0. And his wish was granted. It's about to be granted. He does not care what awaits him afterwards. He will kill his own self with his own hands. The hopeless, futureless wish is what kept him going after he wore out.
長かったのか、それとも刹那に過ぎなかったのか。
He's an existence that disappears after each summoning. His memory does not remain, no matter how many times he repeats the cycle. Yeah, I was wondering about that. He did say he had no regrets when he died. I was wondering maybe he got those regrets after he became a heroic spirit, right? But then he's saying here that he disappears every time he's summoned, and he doesn't remember anything. So how does he remember, like, his regrets after becoming a heroic spirit in the first place, as we learn through Rin's dreams? He only stays in his body as knowledge. Oh, okay. So maybe, okay. So maybe he doesn't like forget it necessarily. He knows about it, I guess, but he doesn't remember it as if it's like him in person, I guess. Heroic spirits recognize other heroic spirits because of these accumulated facts. Interesting. It is just like a book. Every time a heroic spirit is summoned, a book with its story is sent to its home. The heroic spirit itself remains in the house, reading those books. The trouble is that the one at the house does not know when those books arrived. Past or future did not matter. All the books are already in his room. His only way of measuring time is to read the records of his cleaning that he will accomplish. It makes no difference if it's eternal or instantaneous. Eternity is instantaneous and an instant is eternal. Therefore, he does not know how rare this miracle is. You know, that's a really actually interesting bit of lore. The fact that, yeah, because I think I read about this before when I was first like trying to get into like Fate Stay Night and Fate Universe in general. I was a bit confused about the servants and stuff, and heroic spirits and summoning and whatnot, and obviously it's kind of convoluted still. But I guess, yeah, every time they're summoned, they just remember their past life, and everything else that has accumulated from their previous summons are like books. I guess the metaphor is like books, right? They don't like remember as if they're... Like, they don't remember each and every summoning as if they were the person themselves, but rather, that kind of knowledge is kind of just like, I don't know, something they read in their original self in the Throne of Heroes, I guess. You know, which is why I guess a bit of a tangent, which is why in Fate Grand Order, you know, the servants you summon there are not the same servants you see in other media, right? The saber you summon in Fate Grand Order is not technically the same saber you see in Fate Stay Night. She's technically a different person, even though she might know all about what happened in her previous summonings. She really didn't experience them firsthand, I guess, is the idea. Anyway. She does not know how rare this miracle is. He does not know if this is the first time or the 1000th time since he obtained this hope. All he has is unordered knowledge. Past, present, and future are meaningless for heroic spirits.
来客か。邪魔は入らんというから来てやったのだがな。
The knight in red suddenly gets up. Did his ears hear the sound of the intruder? Footsteps echo through the silent castle.
へえ、驚きだね、遠坂。半信半疑だったけど、本当にこんなところにいたんだ。
A voice echoes. The rude intruder is a boy called Mato Shinji.
おっと、物騒な真似はなしだぜ、アーチャー。 こっちはお前に用はないんだ。お前だって遠坂に用はないんだろ。ならここで殺し合うことはないんじゃない？
Mato Shinji walks forward with light steps. He's looking at Tosaka, who's tied up. The girl glares silently at the intruder. That must delight him. He licks his lips in satisfaction and walks to the girl.
Huh?
Stared down by the knight, Mato Shinji looks up in annoyance.
何？やるっていうの？本気かよ。お前なんて相手になるわけないじゃんか。
I mean, I think Arthur can still, like, decapitate you, but, well, I think Gilgamesh is protecting him, so maybe not. He smiles and turns back to the entrance. Oh, there he is. There stands a man with golden hair, the 8th servant, Mr. Goldie. He is literally a disaster. The golden servant looks at the knight with cool eyes, but within them, the red eyes only show the intent to brutally kill the enemy in front of him. The knight in red is still silent. It makes no difference even if Mato Shinji appears or if the strongest servant is ready to attack him. The knight calmly stares at the uninvited enemies.
ブルってるんだろ、アーチャー。いいんだぜ。別に恥じゃない。あいつはバーサーカーだって難なく始末したサーバントなんだからさ。お前がおじけづくのも当然。
リンが欲しいのか、マトシンジ。
え？ああ、当然じゃないか。そうでもなければこんな城には近寄らないよ。
Now, actually, I wonder, how did Shinji and Gilgamesh know where we were hiding, you know, as Archer and Rin? Right? Because why would they know about this? I mean, they attacked this place, right? You know, so actually, maybe they were lingering around, you know, after they left, they were still just hanging out in the castle. Maybe that's why they didn't leave entirely. They were just hanging out here. It's like, oh, here's Archer, and he kidnapped Rin for some reason? And that's why they end up meeting? I don't know. Maybe.
そうか。ならばことが済むまで待て。エミやシロを始末した後ならばくれてやる。それまで、あれは私のものだ。それが聞きぬとあれば仕方がない。不本意だが、ここで死ぬことになるぞ、ギルガメッシュ。
Oh, bold words. The knight's eyes remain on the golden servant as he speaks.
愉快だな、道化。
Were those words reason enough for a man to kill Archer? The golden servant identifies the knight in front of him as a target he must kill.
待てギルガメッシュ。早まるなよ。ことはスマートに行こう。いいじゃん。くれるってんだからもらっておこう。どうせアーチャーはマスターがいないんだ。何度も裏切ったこいつと契約するマスターなんていないんだしさ。ほっとけば消えるんだろ。遠坂はその後でもらえばいい。
Mato Shinji smiles and stares the knight in red. It looks as if he's enjoying the fate of the one who's about to disappear.
賢明だな、マトシンジ。その判断は的確だ。君はある意味、誰よりもマスターにふさわしい。
Archer's just kissing his ass.
なんだ。あんた見どころあるじゃん。もったいない。それなら僕のところに来てれば契約してやったのに。
Stepping away from the knight, Mato Shinji claps his hands happily.
けど悪いね。もう他のサーバントなんていらないんだ。残念だけどさ。おとなしく消えちゃってよ、あんた。
言われるまでもない。それで結局どうするのだ。ここで私と戦うか、私が消え去るのを待つのか。
ああ、待ってやるよ。エミヤを始末するまで遠坂は僕たちが守ってやろうじゃないか。 けどそうだな。となるとあれはもう僕のだろ。なら何をしても構わないと思わない？
Man, Shinji doesn't deserve to live. He stares at the knight and Tosaka Rin with snake-like eyes. His words are to test the loyalty of the knight. To that,
傷をつけるなというのがエミやシロとの契約だが、それは夜明けとともに消える。刻限が来たのなら、あとは好きにするがいい。
the knight in red replies in an emotionless voice.
聞いたかよ、父さんか。お前のサーバント、マスターを売っ払うってさ。
Sneering laughter echoes in the dirty room. The knight exits as if he's not interested. Archer passes by Gilgamesh. Archer ignores his mocking gaze and walks into the hallway. At that instant,
フェイカ
Faker. The king of heroes says so as if despising him. Oh,